My wife joked the paternity test I took was silly insecurity. I smiled it off when it showed I wasn't the father. Then I had her lover, whom I suspected, secretly tested using a spilled drink DNA sample. It was a match. I presented both tests to her lawyer when she demanded child support. Her lawyer was speechlessly calling her for an explanation. I, 38 male, am still trying to wrap my head around the sheer, unadulterated gall of it all. It's like a switch flipped, and my wife, just poof. Illusion. My name is Craig. It started subtly. My wife, Jenna, 35, and I had been trying for a baby. When she finally got pregnant, I was ecstatic. 10 years together, 7 married. Solid, I thought. But during the pregnancy, she became distant, cagey with her phone. Our mutual friend, Logan, a college buddy, was suddenly around constantly, supporting Jenna. I dismissed my unease as father-to-be nerves. Our son, Finn, was born 8 months ago. He's a great kid, but as he grew, that nagging feeling intensified. He looked nothing like me. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Jenna and I are dark-haired, brown-eyed. Logan, blonde, blue eyes. Textbook. I decided on a paternity test, for peace of mind. When I told Jenna, she laughed. "Oh, Craig, don't be silly. Just insecurity." It became her little joke. "Still think Finn's the milkman's honey?" Stung, but I played along. The kit came, did the swabs for myself and Finn, sent them off. Jenna watched, still smirking. "Waste of cash, babe." The results hit my inbox at work. PDF. Probability of paternity for Craig, 0%. 0. Not low, not maybe. 0. He wasn't mine. My son. The silly insecurity line echoed. Confront her? Nah, she'd lie. Gaslight. This needed strategy. My mind went laser-focused. Logan was the obvious candidate. The timing, the looks, Jenna's glow around him. Sickening clarity. I needed undeniable proof linking him. A week later, small get-together at our place. Logan played doting uncle. Made me ill. He put his beer down, went to the John. I grabbed a spare sterile swab. I'd bought a multi-pack. Dabbed his beer bottle. Long shot. Spilled drink. DNA. But worth it. The next day, I sent Logan's swab and another one for Finn, clearly labeled with case numbers from the first test for Finn, per the second lab's instructions for comparative analysis, to a different lab, using a fake name for Logan's sample and paying for rush processing. I needed them to compare Logan's profile directly against Finn's. 3 days later, second email. Hands shaking. Scrolled down. The alleged father, sample B, Logan's sample, cannot be excluded as the biological father of child sample A, Finn's sample. The probability of paternity is 99.999%. Match. Icy resolve. Jenna hadn't just cheated. She'd orchestrated a massive deception, tried to pass off another man's kid as mine, then mocked me. Silence. Downloaded both tests, printed copies. Contacted a lawyer, a shark named Miss Claire, who specializes in high-conflict divorces. Laid it all out. Most clients are a mess before getting this kind of proof, she said. Craig, you've done the heavy lifting. Weeks of quiet prep. Moved to the spare room, snoring. Jenna seemed relieved. More phone time, hushed calls. Logan's still around, oblivious, though I caught him looking at me strangely a few times. The arrogance. Miss Claire drafted the papers. Plan, serve her, then drop the DNA bomb when child support demands came. Done being the silly, insecure husband. This morning, server delivered the papers. I was at work, coffee shop nearby. My phone blew up. Not Jenna, her new lawyer, a Mr. Howard. Voicemail full of bluster. Child support, spousal, the house, my left kidney. Standard. Miss Claire called him back. Let him rant about my abandonment. Then calmly, Mr. Howard, before we discuss temporary support for Finn, I believe you need to see these. Emailed both paternity test results, the one excluding me and the one identifying Logan. 30 minutes later, Miss Claire called me, amused. Craig, Mr. Howard called back. Less confident, I could hear him yelling at Jenna in the background. Is this true? Did you know he wasn't the father? About Logan? Explain this now. She said he sounded utterly floored. Mumbled about conferring with client urgently. Hung up. So first shot fired. Jenna will lose it. Logan's oblivious world is next. The entitlement wave is coming. But for once, I feel in control. Game on. Well, Reddit, it's been an eventful 2 weeks. Things really went haywire, spectacularly. Thanks for the comments, DMs. Good to know I'm not alone in this asylum. Jenna, predictably, went nuclear after her lawyer confronted her with the DNA. Mr. Howard, to his credit, or to save his rep, advised her that her position on Finn's paternity was, shall we say, untenable. Demands for child support for Finn vanished from filings. Fast. But the entitlement? Oh, it shapeshifted. Now it's her suffering, her betrayal, yes, you read that right, and how I owe her for wasting her youth and emotional distress. New angle. I tricked her by not revealing the DNA sooner, leading her to believe she had a secure future. Olympic-level mental gymnastics. Then the flying monkeys. Jenna's sister, Lori, yes, a Lori by name and nature, screeched at me over the phone. Craig, how could you be so cruel, humiliating her? Me, Lori, Jenna had a child with another man and lied. Who humiliated whom? She made a mistake. Forgive. Logan would never. Those tests can be wrong. The denial is strong, told her lawyers only, hung up, abusive texts followed, screenshotted, sent to Miss Claire. Jenna's mom, Kayla, tried manipulation, tears. Craig, dear, Jenna is devastated, loves you, a misunderstanding, she needs support. Polite but firm, Kayla, DNA is conclusive, legal process handles support. Click. Biggest entitlement came from Jenna via text, breaking her lawyers only rule. Jenna, Craig, you can't kick me out with nothing. I decorated that house. I deserve half, plus alimony, cause you damaged my rep by obviously telling Papel our private business. Logan is furious you dragged his name into this. He said her obsessed. Her assumption I'm blabbing is rich, considering her actions. I haven't told anyone but Miss Claire. She's likely projecting or heard whispers because legal papers are flying. Didn't reply. Screenshot sent to Miss Claire. My lawyer's antagonist antics file is growing. Dirtiest trick. Jenna tried to drain our old joint savings, about $2. Bank flagged it, called me. Account was already frozen. Miss Claire, more bad faith financial conduct. Logan's laying low. Looks stressed when I see him. Jenna must have told him about the DNA tests I have. Good. His concerned friend gig is over. No direct confrontation needed from me. Legal fallout is sweeter. Miss Claire is prepping to formally notify him and his future counsel. Initial demand from Jenna's lawyer, pre-DNA, $5K a month spousal, cover her legal fees. Post-DNA, still pushing spousal, citing emotional dependence and limited earning capacity. Her part-time social media gig was $1,500 a month. My stance, zero spousal support. She broke vows with infidelity and massive deception. She's young, healthy, can work. Money she spent for my income during the affair? Miss Claire's looking into dissipation of marital assets. Mediation next. Miss Claire isn't optimistic. I'm calm, documenting, letting her handle the legal battlefield. The anger is a cold fire now, fueling resolve. She wanted war? She got one. I came prepared. Things escalated. Entitlements off the charts. Dirty tricks are dirtier. Mediation. Disaster. Jenna an hour late, sunglasses looking rough. Logan MIAA, though his presence, her lawyer Mr. Howard looked 10 years older. Tearfully claimed Logan took advantage of her vulnerable state. Insisted because Finn was conceived while we were married, I still had some twisted obligation to support her financially for the life she expected. Demanded the house, my name, premarital, some marital funds for Renos, half my retirement, $3K a month permanent alimony. Sacrificed her career potential, that part-time gig again. Miss Claire calmly presented facts, deception, DNA, attempted bank drain, texts, pointed out my premarital assets, offered $10 nuisance payment. Jenna scoffed. $10,000, my pain is worth more than your crappy car. The mediator, a patient woman named Mrs. Leslie, tried explaining legal realities of paternity fraud. Jenna wasn't having it. Yelled I was a vindictive narcissist trying to destroy her because I was jealous of her bond with Logan. Quite the show. No agreement. Shocking. Now for the dirty tricks. Smear campaign. Jenna and Lori contacting mutual friends, colleagues, spinning tales of my abuse, my controlling behavior driving her to Logan, faked DNA tests. Some are buying it. Stings. My boss knows me, told me to focus on work. Concerned, anonymous tip, animal services called. Claim my dog Buster, 12-year-old lab, was neglected, abused. Officer came. Buster, happy and healthy, greeted him. Officer apologized, malicious call. Livid, dragging my dog into this? Low. Terribly low. Added to file. Logan's lawyer makes a move. I got a letter from Logan's newly acquired lawyer. It was a cease and desist, demanding I stop harassing and defaming Logan by alleging he has fathered a child. It threatened legal action. This came before Miss Claire had formally served Logan with anything, but after Jenna had clearly told him about the DNA evidence I possessed. Logan, in his panic and likely misrepresenting the situation to his own lawyer, probably pushed for this aggressive and idiotic move. The sheer unmitigated gall. My lawyer just laughed. Perfect, she said. They've shown their hand. We'll respond to this with the certified DNA reports and a notice of impending legal action to establish his paternity and financial obligations. Let them sue. Discovery will be fun. Financial demands continue. Jenna now claims a portion of a small inheritance I received from my grandmother during marriage, arguing it was commingled. Use some for a $1,200 couch. Desperation is palpable. My revenge isn't screaming matches. It's methodical, legal dismantling. Full financial disclosure and asset tracing. Scorched earth. Subpoenaing Jenna's bank records, credit cards. Looking for hidden accounts, spending on Logan. Her social media manager income? We want invoices. Gifts from Logan? Every penny scrutinized. Deposition time. Jenna first, then Logan. Miss Claire is vibrating with anticipation for Logan's, especially after his lawyer's letter. He can explain his non-paternity and a cease and desist under oath. Counterclaims for defamation and malicious prosecution if we can pin the anonymous call. Hard to prove, but pattern is damning. The house. Forensic accountants showed minimal increase in value from marital funds. We'll offer that tiny sliver. She has no means to buy me out. Lori's Facebooking vague posts about snakes and men who can't handle strong women. Pathetic. Jenna's parents are silent. Mr. Howard probably explained how bad this looks. Not backing down. Every dirty trick, every entitled demand fuels my resolve. They thought I'd roll over. Wrong. Satisfaction won't be their sadness, but them facing real-world consequences, stripped of their ability to lie. Legal fees are piling up for them. Reality bites. Final update, 4 months later. It's over. Divorce finalized last week. 4 months since my last update. Feels like a lifetime. Overwhelming feeling, relief, and quiet, deep satisfaction that justice, in its slow, grinding way, was served. Depositions were the turning point. Jenna's was a mess. Contradicted herself, cried, bad acting, played victim. Under Miss Claire's questioning about the affair timeline, paternity knowledge, and finances, her story crumbled. Asked if she knew Logan was the father when I signed the birth certificate, she eventually mumbled, "I might have suspected." Gold. Logan's deposition, even better. Showed up looking like he hadn't slept in weeks, arrogance gone. His lawyer, now fully appraised by Miss Claire, who had robustly responded to their C&D with the actual evidence, looked deeply uncomfortable. Confronted with the DNA, under oath, Logan admitted paternity. Tried to downplay the affair as a brief mistake, but financial records we subpoenaed showed gifts to Jenna, trips, dinners, all while I unknowingly funded their trysts. Admitted he had a decent job as an architect. His lawyer's earlier cease and desist letter hung in the air, a monument to their initial bluster. Smear campaign backfired. Friends, Jenna swayed, got subpoena threats for testimony. Their stories suddenly became vague. Anonymous animal services call couldn't be traced, but judge noted the pattern. Faced with overwhelming evidence, Jenna's case for support and assets evaporated. Mr. Howard, likely seeing unpaid legal fees and a losing battle, pushed her to settle. The final resolution? Paternity. Logan legally Finn's father. Name on amended birth certificate. Ordered to pay child support per guidelines. Karma really came back to him, Logan. Spousal support. 0. Zip. Nada. Egregious conduct nullified any claim. Judge agreed. Asset division. The house. Mine. Minimal marital contribution to value. She got $5, barely touched her legal fees. My inheritance, untouched. Retirement accounts, kept our own. Bank accounts, she kept hers. Frozen joint account, $2K she tried to grab, split after her share deducted associated legal fees. She got $800. Legal fees, each paid their own. Huge win. Mr. Howard looked like he wanted to cry. Collecting from Jenna Logan will be fun for him. Personal belongings. Jenna got her clothes, some furniture, movers, her expense, collected under supervision. Quiet, anticlimactic. The fallout for the antagonists. Jenna, I hear, is in a tiny, cheap apartment. Sister Lori got tired of the drama's money demands. Jenna's working more, not enough for her old lifestyle. Emotional distress seems to have morphed into genuine financial distress. Good. Logan is officially a father, with financial obligations. Attempt to duck responsibility failed. He and Jenna tried for Finn's sake, lasted about a month. Blaming each other. Reality of co-parenting without my wallet wasn't romantic. He's paying child support. Social life hit now his duplicity is known. No apology, no remorse. Just bitterness, muted victimhood. Entitled people rarely have epiphanies. Me? Doing okay. Better, actually. Difficult year, but coming out with finances, sanity intact feels incredible. Costly legal fees, but peace of mind is priceless. Sold the house, bad memories. Bought a smaller place for me and Buster. Reconnecting with friends Jenna had pushed away. Optimistic. Revenge wasn't loud, it was quiet, relentless application of truth and law. Took her silly insecurity comment, used it to unlock her deception. They built a house of cards on lies. I calmly presented evidence that brought it down. Watching her lawyer's face when he realized the game was up, that was incredibly satisfying. Thanks, Reddit. Helped more than you know. Time to close this chapter and start a new one.